Hey, good evening. I'm back for another evening of stories. And, let the camera focus. And we're back. Pardon the hair. I was just at Island View Beach, and it's quite rough. Found a great big log that was still burning. Someone just left it there, so I'm throwing it into the ocean. It was kind of cool. It was like holding an Olympic torch, except bigger and sparklier in your face. So yeah, the whole thing is a little sea swept. But I like it. I hope things are going well for you, and I hope spending time with the team's been a good support through all this. I know it's probably the best thing for you and everyone else to keep talking and spending time together, so yeah. You might have sent me a message, Facebook's down. I can't access it, but I can access everything else, so hopefully I'll read it tonight. And if not, check YouTube for the video, but I suppose you'll be already there if you're looking there for this. So let's start the story. Buster Jones, the cat about town. Buster Jones is not skin and bones. In fact, he's remarkably fat. He doesn't haunt pubs. He has 8 or 9 clubs, for he's the St. James of street cat. For he's the St. James street cat. There we go. He's the cat we all greet as he walks in the street in his coat of fastidious black. No commonplace mousers have a well-cut trousers or such an impeccable back. In the whole of St. James, the smartest of names is the name of the Brummel of cats, and we're all of us proud to be nodded or bowed to by Buster Jones in white spats. His visits are occasional to the senior educational, and it is against the rules for any one cat to belong to both that and the joint superior schools. For a similar reason, when the game is in season, he is found not at Fox's but at Blimp's. But he's frequently seen at the gay Staden Screen, which is famous for winkles and shrimps. In the season of venison, he gives his benson to the pot hunter's succulent bones, and just before noon, not a moment too soon, to drop in for a drink at the Drones. When he's seen in a hurry, there's problems curry at the Siamese or at the Glutton. If he looks full of gloom, then he's launched at the Tomb on cabbage, rice pudding, and mutton. So much in this way passes Buster for his day at one club or another he's found. It can cause no surprise that under our eyes he has grown unmistakably round. He's 25-pounder, or I am a bounder, and he's putting on weight every day. But he's so well preserved because he's observed all his life a routine, so he'll say. And to put it in rhyme, I shall last out my time. In the words of the stoutest of cats, it must and it shall be spring and Pall Mall when Buster Jones wears white spats. This one's Shimbleshanks, the railway cat. I'm not quite sure what the meter of this is, so I apologize if it falls out of sync. There's a whisper down the line at 11:39 when the night mail's ready to depart, saying, "Skimble, where is Skimble? Has he gone to hunt the thimble? You'll find him, or the train can't start." All the guards and all the porters and the station master's daughters, they are searching high and low, saying, "Skimble, where is Skimble? For unless he's very nimble, then the night mail train just can't go." At 11:42, when the signal's nearly due and the passengers are frantic to the man, then Skimble will appear and he'll saunter to the rear. He's been busy in the luggage van. He gives one flash of his glass green eyes, and all the signal say, "All clear." And we're off at last with the northern part of the northern hemisphere. You may say that by and large it is Skimble who's in charge of the sleeping car express. From the driver to the guards to the bargain playing cards, he will supervise them all, more or less. Down the corridor he paces and examines all the faces of the travelers in the first and third. He establishes control by a regular patrol, and he'd know all at once if anything occurred. He will watch you without winking, and he never sees what you are thinking. And it's certain that he doesn't approve of hilarity in riots, so the folks are all very quiet when Skimble is about and on the move. You can play no pranks on Skimbleshanks. He's a cat cannot be ignored. So nothing goes wrong when on the Northern Mail when Skimbleshanks is aboard. Oh, it's very pleasant when you have found your little den, with your name written up on the door, and the berth is very neat with a newly folded sheet, and there's not a speck of dust on the floor. There's every sort of light. You can make it dark or bright. There's a button that you turn to make a breeze. There's a funny little basin you're supposed to wash your face in, and a crank to shut the window if you sneeze. Then the guard looks down politely and will ask you very brightly, "Do you like your morning tea, weak or strong?" But Skimble's just behind him, with ready to remind him, for Skimble won't let anything go wrong. Because when you creep in your cozy berth and pull up the counterpane, you are bound to admit that it's very nice to know that you won't be bothered by mice. You can leave that all to the railway cat, the cat of the railway train. In the middle of the night he is always fresh and bright. Every now and then he has a cup of tea, with perhaps a drop of scotch when he's keeping on the watch, only stopping here or there to catch a flea. You are fast asleep at Crewe, and so you never knew that he was walking up and down the station. You were sleeping all the while he is busily at Carlisle, where he greets the station master with elation. But you saw him at Dumfries, where he summons the police, if there's anything you ought to know about. For when you get to Gallowgate, there you do not have to wait, for Shimbleshanks will help you to get out. He gives you a wave with a long brown tail, which says, "I'll see you again." You'll meet without fail in the midnight mail the cat of the railway train. And then we will finish this up tomorrow, absolutely, with the addressing of cats. Putting on the Ritz right there. But, in the meantime, sleep well, keep calm, carry on. And I hope you're feeling well. And I certainly hope everyone's feeling a lot better today than they were yesterday. And if not, I hope people are getting better and finding what they need from each other. I'm right here, so give me a call or send me a text message if you need anything or you want to talk. I can always do that. Don't hesitate. In the meantime, I love you, Christy. Good night, and dream sweetly. And I'll see you soon.